Well, first of all, let me tell a few words about the agenda of today's webinar. So we are talking about education in Canada, basically in our webinars and in our different video content that we produce, because my primary role right now, and if anybody from our participants don't know me yet, my name is Gleb Kobits, and I'm director at Kiwi Education Canada, international education agency that helps international students choose educational programs in Canada and get admitted to the in educational institutions and colleges, universities, and finally move to Canada for their study purposes. We also help students to get study permits if they need this help from us. And we also support our students along the way. And we are always committed to bring the best service that we can. So today we're talking about studying at SAIT. This is one of the best and one of the leading technology institution in Canada, and it is Southern Alberta Institute of Technology. And we also be talking about living in Calgary, because this is one of the best city in the world, I may say, because different rankings show that. It's not only my opinion, despite the fact that I lived in Calgary for 5 years and I know this city very well. And actually, recently, I just been to Calgary past Friday, meeting with SAIT deans and students, Russian-speaking students. So we have recorded a great video about SAIT, and that will be shared with you anytime soon. Okay, so let me introduce our two guest speakers, beautiful ladies. We have Leslie Shire, who is the Director of Client Excellence and Business Development at Calgary Economic Development. Hello, Leslie.
Good morning.
And we also have a Jasmine Lenuzzi, who is Senior Advisor and International Recruiter for Eurasia at SAIT, Southern Alberta Institute of Technology. Good morning, Jasmine.
Dobro jutro, dobar dan, Gleb. Hello to everybody across Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, and North America. It is my pleasure to be with you today and share some great information about SAIT Alberta.
Awesome, thank you very much. So we will start first with Leslie. And Leslie, I would like you to maybe introduce yourself once again, just say a few words to our participants. And in the meantime, I'll be sharing the presentation that you will be talking about today.
Thank you very much, Gleb. Thank you for the introduction. So my name is Leslie Shire, Director of the Client Excellence Team at Calgary Economic Development. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to Calgary, Alberta.
Good, thank you.
Thank you. If you've heard of Calgary before, you may know us as the center of the energy industry, or the closest metropolitan city to the beautiful Rocky Mountains, or that we're home to the world-renowned Calgary Stampede. And while all of this is true, we are so much more. Calgary is a city in the province of Alberta in beautiful Western Canada. Our geographical location makes us Western Canada's distribution hub, with great connectivity via ground, rail, and air. Our international airport has flights going to 140 destinations, with over 85 direct routes to Asia, Europe, and the Americas. So to help you get acquainted with our great city, I'll go through 5 main reasons why you should consider Calgary, Alberta as your next study and live destination. The first reason, we've been ranked the #1 most livable city in all of North America. And for 10 years, we've been in the top 5 most livable cities in the world, with high scores in safety, healthcare, purchasing power, and low pollution. Calgary is a city where you can enjoy a high quality of life, but you can also afford to do so. Comparing with some other Canadian cities, you may be familiar with, like Toronto or Vancouver, rent in Calgary is about 40% less. And if you're looking to purchase a home, it's about 70% less, with the average house price in Calgary being $400,000 to $500,000. Your dollars go a long way in Calgary. The other jurisdictions I mentioned, the average home price would be over $1 million. We enjoy a great quality of life in Calgary, from the Rocky Mountains in Banff and the 10 ski resorts to the longest bike pathway system in North America. We also enjoy 333 days of sunshine every single year. We have a river that flows right through our downtown core. And while this is a favorite summer pastime to float down the river or paddleboard, I've actually heard of some folks who live upstream and they kayak to their downtown office during the work week. So there's plenty of ways to have fun and enjoy Calgary. The second reason, we are a young population with multiculturalism. The average age in our city is only 37 years old. We're also very friendly. We're used to welcoming people from around the world for decades. So we're always willing to help our neighbors and support each other. We're home to 1.5 million people who represent over 240 ethnic origins and speak more than 120 languages. So you can imagine the food options that are in our city. Third reason, we're a city for entrepreneurs. Calgary is the city of choice for the world's best entrepreneurs who want to embrace advanced technology to solve some of today's greatest challenges. These include cleaner energy, safe and secure food, the improved movement of goods and people, and especially over the last couple of years, better health solutions. Fourth reason, low tax rate and high disposable income. We pay low taxes in Calgary. The effective tax rate is the 4th lowest among 100 global cities. We have no provincial sales tax. We have no land transfer tax, no equipment tax, and we pay no healthcare premiums. And for those that are hoping to start a business in Canada, we have the lowest corporate income tax rate. On the GDP side, Calgary enjoys the highest GDP per capita in 2021 of all major Canadian cities. Fifth reason, we're a diverse economy with employment opportunities in many sectors. Our key industries include agribusiness, energy and the environment, life sciences, transportation and logistics, aerospace and defense, financial services, and creative industries, including interactive digital media. We see these as our right to win sectors for Calgary, meaning we have the people, the resources, and the know-how to be global leaders in these industries. Let's talk energy and the environment for a few minutes. Calgary and the province of Alberta has always been known for its role in the energy sector, and today is being recognized as a leader in global energy transition. So while Alberta is Canada's largest oil and natural gas producer, we are leaders in energy in all its forms. We have companies here that boast some of Canada's best wind, solar, and hydropower. The commitment we are seeing towards the energy transition is also proven by Calgary being ranked one of the world's top 15 clean tech ecosystems. So some of the key initiatives that the city is leading here include deploying more solar projects by 2023, capturing and repurposing unused heat, more electric vehicles for our public transportation system, and strategies to support electric vehicle adoption. Now let's talk digitization. Within these sectors, it is forecasted that Alberta companies will spend $20 billion in digital transformation, and Calgary is set to lead a big portion of this. Digitization is a fundamental driver of economic transformation, and understanding where these dollars are being spent will help inform the future of digital infrastructure, educational programming, and job creation. This $20 billion spend is a huge opportunity, and we're seeing this job creation happening in the tech sector. Right now, technology job growth is outpacing the rest of the economy 6-1. And within the next 2 to 3 years, we're already going to need an additional 77,000 people working in tech in our province. And by 2030, we're going to see the number of tech companies double. Now, this does not mean that we only need software developers and computer scientists for our future. We're also going to need smart business analysts, project managers, sales and marketing people, accountants, innovative entrepreneurs. And did we mention energy? Combining business and advanced digital technology and new alternative energy modes. So innovation in Calgary is accelerating at a rapid rate. As you've heard today, whether it is feeding, fueling, healing, or moving, companies in Calgary are helping solve global challenges through the adoption of transformative technologies. And these companies are all growing. Come see what it's like to work in Canada's most adventurous tech city. Consider what programming that you could take at SAIT that gets you started on your journey. Thank you. That's the end of my official presentation, but I wanted to take a second to share a personal story with you. I'm a mother of 3 sons, 2 of whom who have completed their university studies and are working in their fields of interest. My youngest son is in his 2nd year of studies. All 3 of my sons will have the Canadian dream of a great education, a good, high quality paying job, and affordable home ownership. This is also within your reach if you live, work, and play in Calgary. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leslie. It was amazing presentation about Calgary. Very interesting, and you know, this information shows us that the Calgary is a very fast developing city with a big history of in the oil and gas industry, right? But today the city is switching its gears to different industries and attracting more and more people. And one of the best thing about the Calgary, what I personally like, is its affordability and, you know, this balance of the quality of life, employment opportunities, and proximity to the mountains, to the great ski resorts. So it's just amazing city to live in.
It truly is. I have a dual citizenship with the United States, and so therefore I could have moved to anywhere within North America, but I didn't. I chose to stay and get married and raise my family in Calgary. Why? Because it's hard to leave a city that offers you the quality of life that you can enjoy in Calgary. Great education, affordable housing, friendly people, diverse culture, something different to do every weekend. It's a pretty exciting city to be in. So I hope to see some of you students in Calgary.
There's a reason why I'm in Calgary. I think it's like an excitement almost, like an entrepreneurial spirit.
We've made a blood test to detect breast cancer.
We're destigmatizing mental health.
We actually won an Xbox exclusive partnership.
Purposefully creating change for women and women in business.
We're actually the original family that brought Vietnamese food to Calgary.
Really?
Yeah.
We've been developing new tech for 15 years, and people walk in here and are surprised that this is happening here. We're out to do great things in the world. We're connecting people with causes that they care about.
The small business community has been really welcoming.
I've been in tech in Calgary for 25 years now. It's so night and day different.
If you're not cool and you don't care about the world, then I don't work for you.
We say yes to ideas. We all rally behind people who have those ideas.
The more you build here, the more people want to move here.
Once people visit, they really don't want to go back where they came from.
You can fly, fish, golf, and ski sometimes within a week.
There you go. Met a lot of talented Calgarians who gave me tools and tips and tricks.
There's this feeling that we actually care for one another.
People work really hard here, but are also really friendly.
We're seeing a growth in VR, we're seeing a growth in technology.
Look, you can do what you want here. The sky's the limit.
We are building an ecosystem. We are building a future.
Businesses that are looking at Calgary as a hub, I mean, we've kind of got it all.
It's a great place to live and grow.
In Calgary, you are 1 or 2 conversations away from the biggest investment you'll get.
This community, this province is wide open.
They're interested in you as an entrepreneur and they want to see you succeed here.
So hello, everybody. My name is Jasmine Lanuzzi, and I'm one of the key international recruiters at Southern Alberta Institute of Technology, that is known as SAIT, not only in Canada, but around the world. We're going to go into the second slide, please. SAIT is actually a historic building in Canada. So for those of you that come to Calgary and visit SAIT, you will be impressed. In the background, you see a Gothic structure that looks almost like it's somewhere in Europe. SAIT was founded in 1916, so we are actually celebrating our 105th year of existence in Canada, and we are still as edgy as we were in 1916 because the whole premise of SAIT is always to work along industry partners. And that has not changed. We are Canada's first publicly funded Institute of Technology, one of 13 Canadian polytechnics that are, in my opinion, the best return on investment in this COVID economy. In terms of size, just to give you an idea, if you're coming to visit, SAIT actually has about 16,000 Canadian students. But if you count Canadians that are doing upskilling or reskilling programs at SAIT that are through continuing ed, and I see many of you are professional adults, we actually have 55,000 Canadian students on the campus or virtually. And out of those, 3,000 are international students. This is our record year this year, and we're going to be growing big and bold worldwide within the next 5 years. What is really important to know about us, it's really high employability rate and very friendly immigration pathway to Alberta, probably one of the best right now in Canada. I wanted to start with human touch and give you a little bit of my story. I came to Canada in 1984, originally to Ontario. And so I am very familiar with the journey of an international student and an immigrant. And our entire international center, in some ways, embodies the spirit of Canada. Many of us are like Gleb and myself, coming from Eastern Europe, coming from Latin America, coming from Southeast Asia. An international center at SAIT has about 35 individuals in many different functions. So we do know what your needs are, what your expectations are, and what your wants are. So we make sure that we do all kinds of things before you come. So there's a homework for you right away. There's a lot of informational sessions that you will find on SAIT website. So if there is a program of interest to you, then you can actually join an info session at no cost or do it on demand and learn a lot about the program. We have a lot of orientational sessions when you arrive to the campus. You're met at the airport by a taxi. We have a whole slew of vaccination things arranged for you if you didn't have vaccination in your own country. We have a lot of counseling, a lot of academic support. And those of you that are coming for fun as well, we have free trips. So, Banff is one of the largest national parks in Canada, only an hour away from Calgary. You can take a trip for $5 to $10, not only to Banff, but many other areas around Alberta. So we pride ourselves on really engaging the students. Gleb mentioned that Kiwi Education Canada has a very well-known immigration department in Russia. SAIT actually has immigration counselors as well. We provide information to you and we do it on a bi-weekly basis. So any of the questions that you may have, and I already seen them in a chat line, that deal with your age, that deal with ability to get a study permit, depending on particular program, we can answer in an informative way. And of course, we do work permit webinar sessions before you come, during your stay, and provide all kinds of support with postgraduate work permits and employment. The below slide actually shows you a little bit of a highlight. So about 70 plus programs for international students. Not all of them are open to international students. We have about 150 programs in total. And currently it's no longer 2,500, but 3,000 students. And we are going to be increasing capacity of international seats by another 900 seats within the next 5 years, because the demand for our programs is much higher than the current capacity. So we're definitely looking to grow, which is good news for those of you that are considering to come to SAIT. The average tuition, because most of you ask questions about cost first, is around 20,000 Canadian per program. The next slide, please. One of the things that we are known for is we actually belong to top 5% of educational institutions in the world. You could never go wrong with SAIT because we're known as the leaders in applied education. So we have 500,000 square foot labs and technology equipment that probably is the top of the line in Canada. About $500 million right now invested into technology and labs. We pride ourselves on applied research and innovation, not only with educational institutions such as University of Calgary, University of Alberta, and other institutions across the country, but we work with 11,000 industry leaders that are part of developing our curriculum, hiring our students, offering workplace experiences that range anywhere from paid co-ops to paid, unpaid work internships and capstone projects. This is one of the buildings that you will see at SAIT, and we highly recommend that you come and visit because it is almost like a very wealthy university. It is located right in the middle of the city, and once again, best applied technology facilities in Canada. So a couple of highlights. What I want you to recall after all these slides is that we are known for quality education. Why is that the case? If you look at the faculty to student ratio, it's 1 to 20. It's almost like a private school. So you can be assured that a lot of personal attention will be paid to you and that you will acquire job-ready skills before you actually hit the work market. The 20 faculty to student ratio is also important because the faculty has to have a minimum of 10 years industry experience. Many would have 20 plus years. At a minimum, they have to have master's degree. Many of them will have PhD degrees. And therefore, I can with assurance say that SAIT has amazing, talented staff, about 1,500 faculty currently. This is one of the reasons that the student satisfaction rate is so high. 97%. Once again, I mentioned that a large majority of our programs have work placements, so roughly about 70%. And those that don't, they're actually fast-paced programs, like 2 years, that allows you actually to acquire all the skills and conceptual knowledge, and then actually apply for jobs that are already there. Leslie mentioned the plentiful job situation across Alberta that has only 4.3 million people. So we need people, we need talent. And recently, the government has announced the IT immigration pathway to Canada, to Alberta, and you can check that out because there's over 3,000 IT employers looking for talented people from all over the world. 98% of employers are likely to hire SAIT graduates, once again, because they're part of not only curriculum development, but also the practical experiential part, and again, the hiring at the end. So it's job-ready candidates that they embrace. A little bit about the programs and courses at SAIT. So we have 5 specialized degrees. These are the bachelor degrees, and they're 4 years in length. But we also have a very interesting degree that's called Applied Technology degree, which in essence equals master's program in Europe. So you may have some questions after this presentation. Those of you that already have a bachelor program from Europe or other countries might be actually interested in the applied technology programs that are in business administration, construction program management, geographic information system, and the hospitality and tourism. Most of those applied degrees include up to 800 hours of practical experience that is fully paid. So this is another advantage, not only that you go to school, but you actually work at the same time and you get paid for your co-op. In addition, you can also work 20 hours per week as a part-time student and kind of subsidize the costs of your living in Calgary. The vast majority of programs at SAIT are diploma programs, and they are 2 years in length with a 3-year postgraduate work permit. We also have certificates that could be a postgraduate certificate, meaning you have to have a post-secondary education previously, or some of the certificate programs, you only have to have a high school diploma. And all the certificate programs for international students include a 1-year postgraduate work permit. In addition, we have academic upgrading. So those of you that maybe lack physics, math, biology, or need a refresher, you can take that online from your own countries or on campus at SAIT. And once again, we do have a lot of transfer options. Transfer options relate to individuals that perhaps after 2-year diploma program may want to continue at a university level. So we call that 2+2, and it's an economic way to get both a diploma and a degree. Next one, please. So this slide actually shows the 9 academic schools that we have at SAIT. I will number them. So business, hospitality and tourism, energy, health and public safety, construction, manufacturing and automation, transportation, advanced digital technology that actually is being incorporated into many other schools, and information and communications technology. Our oldest school is the School of Energy with amazing specialized programs. The next largest school would be business in terms of capacity for international students, followed by hospitality and tourism, and then all the other schools will follow. In the next 5 years, as Leslie mentioned, we are very much focused on the advanced digitalization and information and communication technology, and you will see many postgraduate programs within the next year, 22-23 at SAIT. So what I would encourage you to do, after this presentation, if something caught your eye and interest, go to the SAIT website, SAIT.ca, go to the YouTube channel. I think that's probably the quickest way, and watch many videos. All of them are anywhere from 1 minute to 3 minutes. And in a sense, you will not only learn about the programs, but you kind of get the vibe of the institutions, the quality of the facilities, and also the values of our faculty and students, and why they choose to work at SAIT and why they've chosen to study at SAIT. The other thing that I will mention to you, I personally offer complimentary student consultations. We have a link that we can share with you as well, or simply go to SAIT and say student consultation, and you can book anywhere from half an hour to an hour consultation with me. And if you work with Kiwi Education as well, you're welcome to join with your counselor or separately, because we work very closely with Kiwi. So this is all available to you at no cost. School of Business, we're very excited about our reach around the world. We have 40,000 alumni. And in the next slide, we will share actually why we are so excited to be one of the 3 best business schools, not only in Canada, but around the world. In 2021, SAIT program was examined by coveted and well-known CEO World Magazine that ranks the effectiveness and success of business school based on productivity and also skill level of its graduates. So everything we do is outcome oriented. So of course, we want to know that our graduates are doing so well around the world. And today we proclaim that we are number 52 in the world as a polytechnic. That's a huge accomplishment. And those of you that know University of Toronto, the #1 university in Canada in terms of ranking, one of the top in the world, the Rotman School of Management in number 38, and we are actually ahead of McGill University, which tells you about how competitive our programs are on a world scene. We are also one of the biggest business schools in Western Canada. We have a lot of professional credentials and association with Microsoft, Google, and many other IT companies. Do take a look at some of the YouTube videos about business school. So these are the specializations we have. Recently added supply chain management because it's in huge demand, followed by marketing, the management, of course, the accounting and finance, and the HR known as human resource management specialization. We have a 4-year Bachelor of Business Administration program, a 2-year diploma, and we have a 2-year applied business administration degree, which equals master's program in Europe and other areas of the world. We're very proud of our School of Hospitality and Tourism because we are #1 in Canada and recently been voted as number 19 in the world. And that is right behind the eminent Swiss institutions. So we pride ourselves on having 9 restaurants on the premise of SAIT that are run by students and faculty. And one of the deluxe ones, actually, I hear that it's a gourmet restaurant. I believe it's French cuisine currently. It takes almost up to a year to make a reservation for the restaurant. So whether you're going to enjoy meals from it's called the marketplace, which is kind of an easy way to buy meals if you're a student and also taste some delicacies, but also you can buy meat. We have one of the rare butchery programs in Canada as well. And as Leslie mentioned, we have agriculture is one of the top industries. So you can be assured that you will eat the very best beef in Alberta and in the world. So we are #1 again in culinary. Many of our graduates are placed all over Canada. They could actually do international internships as well. but many will end up working for Fairmount, one of the top hotels in Canada in the Banff area. The baking and pastry program, just want to tell you, it's always full very quickly. It's a 2-year program. Culinary arts is a 2-year program. The hospitality and tourism management could be 2-year or 4-year, dependable on the degree option you choose. One thing I have to tell you is SAIT is very popular, so book very early not to be disappointed. So again, the accolades here, the 19th in the world. And in terms of specialization, it's everything from event management, travel and tourism, entrepreneurship and innovation, which is recently we added a program because the hospitality and tourism has tentacles, if you wish, to many other industries. And there's a crossbreed of new activities in that field. Restaurant and service operation, hotel and accommodation, and beverage management, so you can specialize in a particular area. Plenty of jobs in that industry, not only in Alberta, but across the country. The School of Energy, what can I tell you? That's what we're known for from 1916 onwards. We are the top energy school in Canada, and one of the few in North America, and we're also recognized around the world. In addition to the individual programs that you can take, SAIT is very big on corporate training. So we work with industry all across Canada. So the industries that are going through changing their energy assets into the new alternative energy models, but we also do a lot of technical and HR training in many countries, such as the government contract in Kazakhstan, the government contract in Australia, in Angola, in Mozambique, in Libya, and the list goes on. The next one, we're also part of SERBA, which is the largest association of energy bodies in terms of business, industry, and academia between Russia and Canada. One of the very popular programs for Russian students is a degree in applied technology petroleum engineering. So one of the videos that Gleb will share with you soon will feature a student, a graduate of SAIT. Her name is Sophia, that completed the St. Petersburg University Polytechnic. And instead of continuing her master's program there, she chose to come to the Applied Technology Petroleum Engineering at SAIT with many advantages. The first one would be 800 hours of practical experience at Canada's largest petrochemical plants. The other one is ability to become totally fluent in English. The third one is global positioning, because Canada is globally positioned as an energy hub, similar to Russia, but we work around the world, and the number of applicants that we have and international students in energy programs are from many different countries around the world. So you're gaining additional world-class experience in the programs as well. The next one, please. Here I'm sharing with you a list of the diploma programs that are all STEM-based, and all of them are 2 years in length. So whether you have interest in chemical engineering or lab technology, environmental technology, electrical or electronics, instrumentation, another amazing program, or petroleum engineering, we have those programs. The other two that are not on the list, and we're going to show you the video as well, are two new amazing programs with $1 million invested into a new water management lab. It would be a water integrated management program and water and wastewater management certificate program. So we'll share those on the videos.
SAIT decided to introduce the water and wastewater program through consultation with industry experts in industry and also municipalities and organizations within Alberta and North America. One of the things that they were looking at is the importance of water and wastewater, the environmental importance, of course, the health concerns and what is concerned within the industry. With the SAIT WWTO program, one of the things that we have advantage of, or we've really taken a look at, is our labs within the course. We're going to have the most up-to-date and modern equipment that is available for the education of water and wastewater treatment operators. So one of the things that we found in the industry, in the water WWTO industry, is we're taking a look at a lot of the industry like petrochemical, brewery, meat packing plants, somewhere where there's water quality or there's wastewater issues that they're releasing into the environment. Industry is really taking a look again at some of the water and wastewater effluent that they are releasing into the environment. And they do require highly skilled individuals to ensure that that water meets or exceed the requirements of the government. I'm really excited about the SAIT water and wastewater program. It's combining industries that have overlapped for many years, but never really had a clear define of coming together. And then what it really comes down to is I'm really excited because the program is really, again, taking care of the environment and the health and the well-being of the people.
Thank you, Gleb. I just want to say a little bit about water management programs. So this is the 1-year postgraduate certificate. So the students that are actually looking at it often have some STEM background prior to this. The 2-year water integrated management program is fantastic. It's new, very competitive in Canada. Do take a look at a video. My son actually worked as a petrochemical engineer first, and then went into environmental engineering, and he's a water specialist, works in Melbourne, Australia. But he said to me, Mom, I looked at the program and compared it, to what Australia has. And he says, it's primetime program. It's fantastic. And I also want to share with you that I was part of the SERBA presentation recently, where they had a German consulting firm that was looking at opportunities for employment and also training programs between Russia and Canada. And this was one of the programs that has been identified that is going to be needed in Russia as well. So whether you're looking to study in Canada and remain in Canada, this is one option, but also taking the programs that are so very much needed in global economy today. That's another option for you. You cannot go wrong with those programs, whether you are working in Russia or in Canada or around the world. This particular slide actually here, it shows a house that was built. It was actually SAIT students and a family-owned business, and they built environmentally friendly home in Cochrane, Alberta. So there's a great story on SAIT's website to check out the features of the house if you wish. Next slide, please. I did mention that we have one of the rare Bachelor of Science Construction Management programs. I personally love the program because it's very unique in Canada. I think it's one of a kind. Whether you're working for a large construction company or a medium-sized business, or you're going into joint venture with other companies around the world, this is an amazing program because it has everything from project management skills to estimation, costing, soft skills in terms of preparing presentations for the industry partners. Fantastic program with a lot of experiential hours as well. We also offer civil engineering technologies and architectural technologies in high demand around the world too. Many construction jobs across Canada. As you know, we have a shortage of housing right now, so the construction is very much on the top of the list in terms of opportunities. Health and public safety. This is a very large department at SAIT. And currently, we only offer 4 programs to international students in this area. because we have such a huge demand from domestic market. So the programs offered are Optician Diploma Program. Many of us, including myself, during the COVID years need glasses and contact lenses. So this is a program that's fully employable. It's a new program at SAIT. One thing that I can tell you is when we choose to erect the new programs, they're based on the market research. So if the market says we need people, professionals in this field, we know the employability factor is there, and therefore we come up with a program that the province and the world needs. The very interesting program, Health Information Management Diploma, deals with administrative technology, data management, those kinds of things that are coded in an equal fashion around the world. So very much program in demand with limited capacity. Dental assisting is one of those. And then we have a certificate program, again, 1 year, that are in the area of optical sciences. The School of Information Communication Technology is in huge demand. So whether that's a postgraduate program or diploma program, we are always full. I caution you to go and book early. Right now, we have some programs left for fall 2022, and the closure is the end of May. We are opening winter 2023 at the end of March. So you already can book next year program. And this is why I mentioned at the beginning, please do your research and check out our programs not to be disappointed. The most expensive program at SAIT currently is Information System Security, the cybersecurity program. I think it's around 27,000 Canadian. And personally, I can tell you I'm working with families from Spain, Barcelona, and that's an interesting, beautiful destination. And we've compared what they make in Spain and then posted their resumes on Indeed, and they basically can get salaries over $100,000. So many of them are choosing to move with their families to Calgary because it's an affordable place to buy housing, and also they see much bigger opportunities for their children. So if you're looking to come with a family as well, Kiwi Education and myself, we offer those kinds of services for you. So this shows you our labs in the media and communications, and we're going to feature a couple of media programs in the next one. So new media production and design, journalism, film and video production. I have to say that many companies are moving from BC that are in the film industry to Alberta right now, because Alberta, as Leslie mentioned, has very attractive taxation system and also many other advantages, financial advantages to exist in Calgary opposed to perhaps in Vancouver. We also have radio, television, broadcast news, and graphic communications and print technology, super popular, with a smaller capacity as well. Transportation. So Calgary is a transportation hub, and this picture is taken from the Airsmith Airport in Calgary. And it's a great video to watch our transportation programs because in essence, we teach at the airport. The airport is the classroom. Next one, please. So the School of Transportation offers very specialized programs, business administration linked to the automotive management, aircraft maintenance engineers, aircraft structure technicians, so everything in terms of repairing, ensuring the safety, to the automotive service technology. We have our own garages, we have our own vehicles. Again, we are experiential leaders, and therefore we like to have our own resources that the students can work on. Another picture of the airport facilities. If you look at the gender ratio of students at SAIT, you'd be surprised that we have as many women as many men. And a lot of the technical programs, I think because of the hands-on approach and small classrooms, are attracting women. And the other reason is because they also want to be equally paid as men in different professions. School of Manufacturing and Automation, there are two programs that we are featuring here. If you can kindly go to another slide, that is mechanical engineering and welding technician. So we have shortages of welders across Canada. You can make $70,000 Canadian as a welder. Again, the blue collar work, if you wish, is highly prized in Canada. And a lot of the tradespeople actually make very high incomes. And for welding technician program as well, you would need to have a fairly high level of English. So I believe that Eastern Europeans could meet those requirements. So how do you get into SAIT? Personally, I don't think we have very difficult admission requirements. So you need to have English first. So the English proficiency has to be at 6.0 IELTS level at all bands. So speaking, writing, listening, etc. We also accept Duolingo, and Duolingo total score has to be 115 with each band at 95 score level. When you're applying to SAIT, I wanted to let you know it's not on this slide, but there's a little perk. For $150, you can apply for 2 programs. And so we will take your first program as a priority one. And if that program is full and the other one is not, we will offer you a seat in the other program. To get a letter of acceptance, you would need to pay a deposit, which is $1,750. Of course, we require your original transcripts, whether that's a high school diploma or your bachelor transcript, certified translation in English. And in most cases, you would need math and English, but for STEM-based programs, you will require physics, chemistry, for health, biology, and sometimes a combination of those programs, those courses, or those requirements for very competitive programs. Some of the programs are only offered once a year. Others might be offered twice. And our business admin, for instance, will have 3 intakes a year. So about athletics and recreation, you know, Canada is huge on sports. So yes, of course, we have the most wonderful ice hockey rink, and you can play for SAIT team. We have many different intramurals. We have a saltwater pool at right at the SAIT Recreation Center. Many drop-in classes, from yoga to fitness classes to actually working on one-on-one with the coach. This is a sample or a picture of our stadium that is part of our facilities, and you can see we're located right downtown Calgary. So once you get something called Universal Pass, you can go on the subway, buses, and actually explore Calgary. And in the winter, the residences are right there. The next one, please. So many different sports and social clubs, and you can belong to SAITSA, which stands for Student Association of both international and domestic students, many different clubs, many virtual events going on. We also have very specialized group, interfaith groups. So if you're Muslim origin, or if you're LGBTQO, we have different groups and events, and also volunteer opportunities, as well as paid jobs at the SAIT campus. So in terms of the graduation, you know, as a recruiter, I talk to the faculty all the time. And so we know what's happening with our students in terms of mental health and accessibility. So we offer a lot of counseling, mental health support, different webinars, different things that you can access, all free of charge. We have peer support, we have one-on-one support, we have tutoring, different kinds of workshops. So for instance, if you have to do an essay, you don't know how to quote things, etc., that we have ongoing webinars taking place on a weekly basis. and many different student perks, because we are very much interested in tracking your success afterwards. So if you go to SAIT, you will see the average salary if you finish a program that can range anywhere from 45 to 75 or 85%. And what we do is actually we track our students upon completion, and then we see where they work, and then we come up with a median salary. So that's reviewed every year on a SAIT website. We have career centers, grad centers, career hubs. We prepare people for the LinkedIn profile, for mock interviews, for resume fairs, which are huge at SAIT, as well as career fairs that are run in November and March with a couple of thousand employers at SAIT campus. So a lot of different perks in terms of socialization and support, career fairs, but also, Leslie mentioned there is no premium, but we do have health and dental insurance that's only $252. The UPass is only $310 per year. So a lot of great perks, including the health clinic that doesn't charge for any services. The marketplace is our wonderful eating options, restaurants, a quick way to grab food for international students. This picture actually shows our residences. So they're hotel-like skyscraper type of buildings, if I can put it that way. Begin Tower residence and East Hall residence, almost next door to the classrooms. So in the winter, it's very easy to travel from your warm residence to another warm classroom.
Yes, and Jasmine, we have another great video showing the students' life experience. So living experience, actually. And I'm going to share it just right away before we move to the accommodation options at SAIT's residences. So if you don't mind, I'll just real quick, I'll share another cool video that is prepared by SAIT.
I'm originally from Vietnam. When I first came to SAIT, the first thing came into my mind is it's very, very huge. It actually made me so nervous.
I moved from Venezuela. I was so shy. I wouldn't talk to people.
You have to leave something you know so well, leave family behind. I was nervous. You're going to the unknown. Decided to contact the residents. I knew I would be in touch with the students and also be on campus.
People were really, really welcoming. They helped me a lot in getting to know better about SAIT and about the culture and life in here.
When the day arrived for my trip to come here, I knew that everything was set up properly. I really liked to see that everything wasn't as complicated as it seemed to be.
It offered a lot of places to study. Spend most of the time in the library, and then I can just grab food at Denny's. It's very convenient.
You don't have to take transit to go to class. For me, that's like the deal breaker.
You can find food anywhere, anytime at SAIT.
Subway, sushi, Thai food, a bar where students can relax with friends. Whenever I feel that I'm overwhelmed, I always try to take some time off, go to the bowling line, go play ping pong.
We do have the gym on campus as well, but it's nice to have the options here on the student building. It makes you actually think, I don't really have an excuse to not do those things because they're all here. I like that. I can go and do my laundry and then I can just wait for it to be done by relaxing in the gaming room. Calgary feels like it's a big city, but at the same time it feels like a small town. City residents feels like it's at the heart of the city. It's amazing.
You can go to the mountains just 1 hour away. I love hiking. That was something I learned here. I feel that I have a sense of family at SAIT. My coworkers has always been there for me.
They care about everything related to you.
It's been so fast, 2 years now, and it feels like I'm so well adapted now. Trying to kind of remember the first day I arrived here.
SAIT is kind of like a family to me. I know everything in here.
SAIT residents felt it was the best experience I could have had in a student residence.
Thank you, Gleb. We'll go back to the presentation. I realize this is rather long, but it's comprehensive. I wanted to tell you, we have students from all over the world. So I do consultations for students from all the continents. And this is really interesting because it's the best advertising is the word of mouth. And in most cases, this is how students actually get to know about us. So we barely do any marketing, but we hope to do it in the future. Very quickly, I'll go over the different configuration of the units at the SAIT residence. So you can have a full privacy. They're fully furnished. They have the local cable, Wi-Fi, personal phone, those kinds of things. To apply, it's only $50. The next one, please. We will show you what the studio and one-bedroom apartments look like. It has a square footage, so fully, it's very friendly and a really great layout, I think. The semester rate is here, so from 42.60, and we'll go quickly into the one-bedroom one. It's about $5,000 per semester, so $10,000 Canadian per year. Next one is the two-bedroom apartment. And then we also have a four-bedroom apartment that you can share, or if you have a larger family, indeed, you can stay in SAIT residence until you find perhaps a house or apartment that you wish to buy or rent.
Yes, Jasmine, I would like to share my experience, yes, kind of experience working with different institutions. And I haven't seen actually these kind of flexibility in terms of the accommodation options in other institutions. So I think that's just one of the greatest advantage of the SAIT living experience, that you can live right here on the campus and also having these options of different kind of accommodations.
Absolutely. And we even have a provision, if your family comes for a visit, they're allowed to stay with you for 5 days out of the month. So it's another little perk that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So scholarships and grants, this is really important, and it should be perhaps somewhere closer at the beginning of the slide. What I wanted to tell you is, first of all, we are very happy to announce the $2,000 entrance award to any Russian-speaking students that will be booking, that will be applying to SAIT using Kiwi Education Help. We are very comfortable working with Kiwi because they're honest, they're trustworthy, and they're very professional. So we know that you will be guided through that journey of discovery, right from research to the employment issues. The other industry awards that you can tap into is, if you can go to the previous slide, we have $5.7 million available. So these are all the different industry partners, and they're anywhere from $500 to $10,000 for financial needs. And you can apply for those programs, but you have to apply for SAIT first and get admission. And then you can apply to as many as you want. There is a website, you can simply Google Student Awards. It will take you to the SAIT video and the catalog of industry awards available. The next slide shows one of our students that just got $5,000 in student awards. So this is on the top of the entrance scholarship that you will be eligible for. And so what you're interested in, I'm happy to answer your question. And also, if we don't have time to answer all of the questions, you can send them to Gleb or myself. And also do take a look at the virtual tour of the campus to see more about SAIT. With that in mind, I want to thank you. I want to welcome you to SAIT, and we are open to your questions.
I just want to say thank you so much for Leslie and for Jasmine for such a great presentation and time spent with us today, and for such a great information about Calgary and SAIT programs and opportunities. So as we said with Jasmine, if you guys would like to get more information about SAIT's program or just living experience in Calgary, you can reach out either to me or to Jasmine, because I lived in Calgary for a long time. I know this city very well and all the corners of this city. So I would be more than happy to share my experience with you. And if you have any kind of questions regarding the employments or economic development or investments in the city of Calgary, you can reach out to Leslie, and I think she'll be also be happy to share it with you. Good. So thank you so much, everyone, and have a great rest of the day, or have a good night. We'll see you in the next webinars. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.